All right, I think we're live right now. Yeah, we're live. So let me go ahead and open this up right now. Open it up on YouTube and make sure I can see some people's comments. So let's lower this real quick. Yeah, I don't need to hear me twice. All right, so I have it pulled up here. Um, okay, so welcome. I know I'm late. I was supposed to stream this yesterday, but yesterday kind of got hectic, so making it up for it today. Um, Let's see, where can I put this where it's not going to fall? Well, I'll just hang it right here. That way I can see it. Um, okay, so in the world of tech, well, hold on. Before I get into that, first off, I want to give a shout out to Paul Tech. I'm glad that you made the decision not to stop making YouTube videos. It would have totally sucked if you stop posting videos. So shout out to Paul Tech. But anyways, let's continue on. Basically, I want to start off with brand loyalty. And I see a lot of this, and I still try to understand everyone's point of view on it. As everyone has their preference. Everyone likes a specific type of carrier and whatnot. It's just to me, what I find weird is like, okay, say that, well, I made it clear that right now my go-to company for mobile cell phones is Boost Mobile under Sprint. And a lot of people could sit there and say, hey Ross, how's it going? Hey, what's up? What's up, bro? So yeah, people have their preferences. Some people prefer Metro PCS. I use Boost Mobile and like it because it works great where I live. The thing that I see a lot of, in comments, and it's not just on my videos, it's on a lot of people's videos, and that would have to be like, say somebody wants to switch over, someone wants to switch over from Boost Mobile to Metro PCS, and people kind of question that, like, why? Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you do that? Why would you go that way? Why would you go with Metro? Why would you go with Cricket? To me, I always kind of find that to be a little bit weird because, if one person wants to make a jump over to a different network, why should that person have to feel the backlash of so many people that obviously seem to be, brand loyal? Kind of get that person, Nathan, hey Tito, hey, what's up? Why should anyone have to feel the backlash of that? I mean, at the end of the day, that person that's making a switch is the person that's going to have to deal with whatever comes their way. Diane, aloha. Aloha, how's it going? Wow. Hi, Tito. Hey, this is Finesse Cash. Hey, what's up? So anyways, yeah, why would anyone have to feel the backlash of that? I mean, aren't people, free to do what they want as far as which mobile service provider they choose to, to sign up with or whatever, without having to feel the backlash of so many people? That's something that I just, lately I just been seeing, like I said, not on my YouTube videos, but on a lot of people's YouTube videos as well, And I always someone wants to switch over from Metro to Boost Mobile, like that's that person that's doing it, You may be a Metro fan, you may love Metro PCS because it works great where you're at, great where you're living. But I always tend to tell people when they ask me which one is the best service provider, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that'll sit there and say, well, Metro is the best, or Cricket is the best, or Verizon's the best, T-Mobile's the best. A lot of people will say that, and that's great. If you're getting the best customer service and the best service by far, then that's right there. That's gold. Okay, that is gold. But it always depends on where you're at. I always tell this to people because, like I said, some people were like, "Oh, I want the ZTE Z Max Pro." I'm like, "Yeah, that's a badass phone for what you pay for it. I mean, $99 and you get all that stuff." And people are like, "Yeah, I want to go get it. I want to switch right now." And some of them have very bad cell phone service, and it's like, what do you expect out of it? You rushed, jumped, and got a phone on a company that's not servicing your area the best at that moment. I mean, these things don't stay deadlocked forever. So wherever you're getting service at, Like say like right here where I'm at, like Metro PCS is not all that great right here. Like Boost Mobile, believe it or not, under Sprint is faster than Metro here. But I don't think it's going to stay that way forever. Eventually, Metro is going to get much faster in my area when they, put up more towers. And will I jump to Metro? Sure, because I'm not brand specific or brand loyal to Boost Mobile. Does it depend on a plan? No, it just depends on the carriers, like how much towers they have up in the area, or what type of what are they servicing in the area. Because at the end of the day, everyone's got to remember, you can't really rely on what T-Mobile, like say for Metro, you can't rely on what T-Mobile has in that area, because T-Mobile is going to provide more to T-Mobile customers than Metro PCS customers. I don't know why I stuttered there, but they're going to provide more to their brand than their MVNO they bought. And it's the same way because I've seen people that have Sprint, like actually signed up for Sprint, have way better connectivity in places that I'm at, and I'm on Boost Mobile, which is under Sprint. Like you would think that I would have like the same connection speeds if I ran a speed test, and it's not that way. But I mean that's how it is. That's the only downside to prepaid, is that they're not given as much connection or access to the network as postpaid customers. And everyone should have known this by the time they signed up with prepaid. So really, it just boils down to that. It's like, going back to topic. But if people want to switch over, I always feel like that people should just be like, hey, if that's what that person does, that's what that person does. Like, you shouldn't really trash them. You shouldn't really do any of that stuff. Hit them up with some really messed up comments. People need to quit knocking on carriers just because they don't have coverage in their area. It doesn't make the carrier bad. True. Very, very true. Well said. Said it better than I did, Ross. I could stay on Wi-Fi all day everywhere I go, but I like Boost because my 4G when I travel to LA is great. So, yeah. Okay, cool. Yo, tech right. But yeah, that's just something that I always just find weird. It's just like brand loyalty and how far do people take it in the comments and in the chats and whatnot. It's just sometimes people go a little bit too far. Like, I like Boost Mobile right now, but I'm not gonna trash anyone that comments on my videos and says, hey, I had enough of Boost Mobile, I'm going over to Metro. I'm not gonna go and trash that person and be like, oh yeah, we'll have fun with with a second-rate connections and like that, because in their area their connection may be way better on Metro with GSM technology than it is with CDMA technology and Sprint and Boost Mobile. So that's the whole thing right there. Tech right, what's up? On a side note, I'm gonna try to broadcast tomorrow. It looks like I'm definitely doing it tomorrow on the We Are Techies channel, and I need to get a hold of you, Tech, right? To see if you can get on. So I'm gonna do it around 1 p.m. my time over here. And, yeah, I sent you a message on Facebook Messenger, so check it out there. I think you've seen it already. But anyways, going on. Yeah, brand loyalty just sometimes gets the better of everybody, and yeah, there's really no reason to argue or bicker, because it always just depends on area and how many towers they have up in that area, and just how well their signals go through. And also, the lay of the land does play an effect in your signal. Okay, I do know tons of people on the south side of Phoenix that would have great connectivity with T-Mobile, but the mountains do play a big it hinders for their network connectivity. What's up, Tito? Hey, what's up? So I just think never mind bickering and arguing on YouTube about who's going to where and who's using what service. I think it all should just depend on how well of network connectivity you have with them. And you'll never know what the next person has. Say you've been using Boost Mobile for 10 years. You never know what Metro PCS could offer. You could actually offer you something better. You just don't know because you've never tried. So I always tell people don't be brand loyal. Don't be locked down to one particular company. Keep an open eye. And even then, also companies that has seen to fail can always bounce back from everything. I know this because I get a ton of things every day about why do I stay with Boost Mobile and Sprint. Sprint sucks. They did this. They did that wrong. Yada yada yada. And I agree. Totally agree that Sprint had really shat the bed when it came to their billing and a lot of things. But I do believe that companies like that can come back as long as they plan right, they do things correctly, they put the marketing and strategy in the right way. They always come back from it. I mean, look at T-Mobile. T-Mobile came back from being number 4, and believe me, back earlier in the day when T-Mobile, before T-Mobile came here, when it was VoiceStream, VoiceStream was very popular and very big, and then all of a sudden it just went out the window. I heard that Cricket is the best for people that travel outside of U.S. Is that true? Well, traveling outside of U.S. as far as going overseas, I don't know if Cricket carries a lot of global devices. You might want Tech Reviews that one because he's familiar with Cricket phones. But my brother uses Cricket, and he likes it. And I've gone with him to their stores, and he had to go pay their bill and stuff like that. I've never really seen phones that said global compatible, which is something that I think might be a trend that's happening, because I do know that the Warp 7 that's recently released, one feature they didn't really highlight, which I think they should have, is that although it has the same specs as the Warp Elite, minus the fact that it has 6.0 and it has removable battery, it's also global supported, so you can use the Warp 7 overseas by just swapping a SIM card and putting an overseas carrier SIM card into the phone, and then you'll be able to use it there. So that's pretty cool. Samsung Galaxy S4 or J3? I rock J3. I know that the S4 is better than the J3 in some ways, but the J3 has more things that's current as far as what the S4 has. Do you think Samsung, you mean J7 Prime, is going to come to Boost Mobile? I don't know, because right now the only thing that we know about the J7 Prime is the fact that it launched in Vietnam, and Samsung did not release any press release that this phone would make it to the U.S. But it would be freaking awesome to have the J7 Prime come to the U.S. I mean, for those that don't know about the Samsung Galaxy J7 Prime, it's built identically to the J7 that we have on Boost Mobile. The difference is that it has 3 gigs of RAM, it has 32 gigs of internal storage, and I'm thinking there's something else that's different. Oh, it's got a 3,300 milliamp hour battery, I believe, rather than the standard 3,000 milliamp. So, how do you know if a phone is a global phone? Well, I mean, you can always look at the specs. Like, you guys check some of the websites that review smartphones and that put up their entire specs on a spec sheet, and then you can compare them side by side with another phone. It will tell you when you look through that list, and there's a thing that will say global, and if it says yes next to it, then yeah. The only phones I know on Boost Mobile that's global compatible is the J3 and the Tribute 5, and now the Warp 7. It sucks that the J3 and J7 are going up in price for Boost. Yeah, it does. It really does, man. I agree with you on it. I really just don't see a reason for it at all, why it should go up in price. It's nice to be able to see your videos again. I have been out of commission for a while. This is Daryl McGee. Daryl, welcome back. Hi, welcome back. As a matter of fact, I'm still doing this on YouTube. I'm also trying to do a little side project where I can get a bunch of techies together, and I'll try to make that happen tomorrow. The link should be in the description on this. If you watch the replay, you'll see it on the very top, says We Are Techies. That's the link to the YouTube channel. I am broadcasting live tomorrow at 1 p.m. my time on that channel, and I do believe I have Budget Tech Reviews and CV Tech confirmed on there. I need to get in touch with TechRite later on today and figure out if he can do it, and Paul Tech as well, and anyone else that wants to join in. Really, it's not really locked down to like specific people. I just want to have anyone else that's interested joining in, and just go live and just talk about tech with no boundaries. How much? How much is the Warp 7? It's $99. Oh, how much is a J3 and a J7 going up to? The J3 is going up to $199, and the J7 is going up to $249.99. So it's a $20 increase on the price for both phones. Which it's still. I mean, I've seen it before. Hold on, real quick. Yeah, it connects charges to my e-cigarette. I've seen it before where phones have had their prices go up. It's just nowadays, especially the J3 being out for so long, it's going up to to basically $200. That's kind of insane. It came out January. Samsung has said to say they give each device a 2-year max for OS updates. Is it safe to say the J7 2016 will get nougat? I think so. Now, when you say the J7 2016, because the one that's on Boost Mobile is actually the 2015 version. It's not the 2016. According to Samsung and according to Boost Mobile, it's the J7 2015. Now, I know that the first J7 2015 model that came out had weaker specs than the one that we have. But yeah, they said, basically like that's the 2015 model. So there is a J7 2016, and that's not on Boost Mobile. So I don't know. They confused the whole thing because the J3 is the 2016 model, and we got that. So tech right. You can DM me later on Twitter or whatever. I'll be down to do it. Cool. Great. That's what I want to see. I'm also sent an invite out to Mr. Maxi Rock or Max iRock. I sent you an invite to join us tomorrow on a live broadcast. So let me know if you can do it. It's around 1 p.m. my time, and that's I guess Arizona Mountain Time. So I don't know where you're at in the country, so you might want to do the conversion to your time. But if you're able to do it, let me know and get you on there. Have all of us talking some stuff about tech. Well, it'll be the first live broadcast. We'll be mostly doing like introductions and just talking, But yeah, definitely. And for those people that are interested in watching it, the link will be in the description. You guys go to the channel, subscribe, and hit that bell. You get notifications so you'll know when we're going live. But yeah, I don't know. Like for me right now, the one OS update I'm waiting for is for the Galaxy J3 to get Marshmallow, because it's been talked about since earlier this year, and then I think Sam Mobile's website the blog on there posted the fact that the S5 Mini, I think it was, and the J3 are supposed to be getting the 6.0.1 update. So like once every 2 weeks, I keep hitting check for update on the J3 just to see if maybe the OTA is out. I also check Boost Mobile's website for their OS table to see if there's actually the Marshmallow update on there. Nothing yet so far, but I would love to see the J3 get Marshmallow. For me, the J3 is one of my go-to smartphones, which leads me to my next topic. I don't know if you guys saw, but a lot of people have been releasing videos today about the ZTE Action 7 Mini. And I was looking at that thing. I was watching the video, and I was like, wow, that's a pretty cool phone. They pretty much kept it identical to the actual Action 7. And then I believe they said it was a 5.2-inch display, which is what I guess classified it as a mini. And I started thinking to myself, what exactly classifies a device to be a mini version of the base one? So like, say a phone comes out and the base model is a 5.5-inch display, then what would you guys consider to be a mini? Because right off the bat, to me, a mini is 4.5 inches. A display of 4.5 inches, that's a mini to me. It's got to be small. That's just my opinion. Like a mini has to be about 4.5-inch display, because 4.5 says Nathan. Yeah, I agree with you. 4.5 to me is considered a mini. So like the LG K3, I would consider that to be a mini phone if it was supposed to be like a mini, say to like the K10. The K3 would be its mini. 5.2-inch display, and I believe the Action 7 is either a 5.5. I'm thinking it's a 5.5-inch display on the Action 7, so it's not even off by much. So I mean, there's not really much of a big significant difference as far as the body. By 0.03. It's off. The screen display is off by that much. I mean, they could use the actual same size body, and just the cutout for the screen would be it would thin the bezels out on the Mini than it would on the Action 7. I can't see phone screens going smaller than 4.5 at all. That's just going backwards in technology, no matter the other specs. Yeah, 4.5 to me is like what I would consider a phone to be a mini. Hey, what's up, John? Uh, right now we're talking about because the ZTE Action 7, the mini version came out today. People are doing videos on it on YouTube. I'm just wondering, what do people classify a device to be a mini? And for me, I said that in my opinion, if there was a base model phone, then I think its mini would be around 4.5-inch display. That's me. So what's your thoughts on it? Yeah, because I think like I said, the Action 7 Mini from ZTE is a 5.2-inch display, and I think the Action 7 that was released, I think it was like, what, a month ago or 2 months ago, that one is a 5.5. I really appreciate you for doing all these reviews and unboxings and answering everyone's questions. It helps me to pick out a phone that's best fit for me. God bless you. Thanks. I appreciate that, and that's my only intentions here on YouTube is just to have fun talking about tech, and just trying to help simplify it for people that are wanting to pick a device that's going to at the end make them feel happy about their decision, and not pick a device and then feel like they got took. Mine is just another word for a smaller crappy phone. You're that, Tito. You're doing God's work. I don't think I'm doing God's work. I'm just a guy that just likes talking about tech. That's the way I see it, and I'll never see it any other way. But I do appreciate that my videos are helping people out there. That's what it's all about, really. They're trying to capitalize on the brand name. Yeah. Well, I mean, I also do feel like that they are trying to make it because, like again, one of my YouTuber friends is Toodaloot TV. Toodaloot, he was reviewing a bunch of phones from Boost Mobile, and he really settled down with the iPhone SE, and it was because of the size of the phone. So there are some people that prefer phones to be small, like how they were back in like 2011, 2012. And then there's people that rock, like mostly phablet. It's a shitty version of the flagship. Just call it something different. I don't. Well, I mean, yeah, it is a mini version of it, but at least a lot of the things that they did talk about it. They did kind of demo it. There were some things that was kind of scaled down. I think they said that the Action 7 uses the 617 chipset, but a lot of the things, the feel and whatnot, was still kept the same as the Action 7. Just what they claim to be smaller, but 5.2 is not really much smaller than 5.5. Like if you're gonna give me a phone and call it a mini, I'll take a 4.7-inch display. Okay, let's go a little bit up from 4.5. Nathan Porter is correct. You are helping me to decide which device to purchase. I appreciate that, guys. I really do. I like you interact with your fans a lot. Good job. Yeah, the last time that I did a broadcast, I didn't, and yeah, I didn't have YouTube pulled up and everything like that, so I just don't really dig mini words. Yeah, I get what you're saying. If they built the Action 7 Mini and just gave it a different name, would have been cool. Instead of adding the word mini to the end of it. I mean, it's just some people, the word mini is kind of a turnoff. It's like pump brakes, get away from it, or we know you can't afford the Action 7, so here's something to for you guys to have and say it's the Action 7, but smaller and spec lower. Yeah, I think what you're getting, John. I think what you're saying. Yeah, they could have called it something different, but I just want to know what people feel like. What do they classify as a mini if they have to? Like, if they had like an S7 Edge Mini, like what would the screen size be? Because to me, 4.5, I consider that to be mini, because that's small. 4.7-inch display is already small enough for me, since we've moved on in the in the screen size. I mean, in 2011, 2012, 4.5 and 4.7 was considered big. It was considered huge compared to what we had. Except this is a mini skirt. But hey, Tito, Rochelle. Hey, Rochelle, how you doing? 330 for the mini is a bit much, right? I was gonna get to that point too, but I'm glad you brought that up. 330 for the Action 7 Mini, where the Action 7 I think is like 399. So I mean, if it was a mini, why couldn't they go like 249.99 or less? You know, maybe they should replace the word mini, replace the word with mega. I'm just joining in. I'm glad you came in to watch, Rochelle. I appreciate that, all the support. Yeah, $330 is a bit too much. I think it's way too much. I mean, I don't know. If it's like basically $400 for the Action 7, then why not make it $200? So $199.99 for the device, plus tax would come out to maybe in your area, probably ballpark it between $209 to $229 with tax and government fees and whatnot. So, I mean, that would have been acceptable for that device. I'm great. How are you? What's the discussion? The discussion right now is where what do you classify a device to be given the title as mini? Since the Action 7 came out, what was like a month ago or 2 months ago, and today there's a bunch of videos dropping about the Galaxy, not the Galaxy, the ZTE Action 7 Mini, and they call it a mini. It has a 5.2-inch display. The base Action 7 has a 5.5. So I'm asking the question is that what would you consider to be a mini? Like how big of a display and whatnot. Tito muscling it into my airtime. My bad, dude. Just everything shifted. I was doing mornings, and I gotta do afternoons just because basically I gotta work around my babe's schedule. So I gotta stream when I gotta stream, and I was supposed to stream yesterday, but I didn't. So I'm making it up today. But guys, as soon as I'm done streaming, when John streams, head over to his stream, show him some love. Smash the like button on his channel. Hit that bell button for him so you guys can get notified when he puts up videos and whatnot. And also subscribe to him if you haven't. I'll take off. Peace out. All right, Nathan, thanks for coming in and watching. I appreciate it. You have a blessed day. I wouldn't drop more than $199 for a mini anything. All right, cool. Yeah, because $330 is it's considered a mini. I don't know. The size ain't too off between both phones, and the pricing ain't too off between both phones. So I was like, I don't know, I was just joking around. I was talking to some friends about it. We were watching Android Authority's cover on it, and then I was thinking to myself, if that's going to be the mini, then I'm assuming that they'll probably have an Action 7 Micro, and that will be like the $199, and it'll be like 4.7-inch display, and just have like probably like 1 gig less than the other two of RAM, and it's crazy. So I don't know, they could possibly do that, pull it off, so it'd be like a small, medium, and large, kind of like when you get a drink from like a fast food restaurant, you can get small, medium, large. Yeah, I don't know, just to me, I feel like Action 7 Micro. I feel like that's how they're going. Like getting a phone today is like ordering a drink from a fast food restaurant. There's always like they always try to do that thing of just having like, okay, well, we have this version, and then we have a mini version. Yeah, just wow. Just add a micro in there. Just give 3 options then, because everyone has their sweet spot. Everyone has like what they consider to be a phone. I know people with larger hands is always going to want to rock with a phablet because the way that they hold the phone, they want to hold a phone that they can feel is a phone for them, and they're not holding something that they're going to break with their fingers. So yeah, everyone has their preferences. So I mean, I don't know, just cater to all 3. I mean, if that's what ZTE's angle is going to be, then you just cater to all 3 sizes. If you're going to have a regular one, as a matter of fact, they didn't even have to call that one the mini. They could have just called that one the Action 7, and the actual Action 7, they can call that one like mega, because I hate the terminology plus. That's just to me that's just like biting off Apple when you put a plus. And then the other one, the really micro one, just call that one mini. LOL micro mini. Yeah. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer, Rochelle. I mean, you can say just whatever you feel would definitely be considered of the title mini, because that's the thing. When they said that they had the Action 7 Mini, I was like, okay, cool. Shoot us the specs, and then on the video they went on to say that the screen display size. And I'm like, wait a minute, the Action 7 is 5.5 and this one's 5.2. I mean, if you're really like a super geeky tech person, you'll notice the difference. But the average consumer really doesn't take the time to stare at a screen and freaking measure it to know the size. So when they see that phone, it's going to be nearly the same size as the Action 7. To them, it's going to be like, why get the Mini? They're about the same size and they're nearly priced the same. At 330 to 399, just spend the difference between and just get the Action 7. What do you feel is too big for a phone screen? To me, 6.5 inches is too big to be a phone. But then again, I'm a short person. Okay, I'm 5'5". My hands. I mean, okay, this is a G Stylo. Okay, you guys see how big my hand is to it? Like, some people can actually hold the phone and like I have to space my fingers to make it look like that. But some people can hold the phone like this and still have that camera showing. I have small hands, so 6.5 would be absolutely too big. I know there's phones that have a 7-inch display. I forgot what phone it is, but there's a phone with a 7-inch display. It's just amazing how big that phone is. But when should they stop upping the ante? Honestly, I think where we're at right now is kind of like, that's the boundary right there. 5.7-inch, 6-inch display already. I mean, the ZT Z Max Pro, those people that own it can tell you how big the phone is. Yeah, we're pushing it right there, 6 inches. I mean, another inch, and you can compare it to a 7-inch tablet you could buy at Walmart or Radio Shack or something. I got 8 p.m. Eastern. I love phablets. I had the LG Stylo and then went to ZT Warp Elite, and I'm also going to get the Warp 7. Yeah, no, definitely. When I have the funds to get the Warp 7, because I'm not a rich person, but when I get it, you guys will know because I'm going to unbox it, I'm going to review it, I'm going to compare it to the Warp Elite first, just so everyone can see the differences between it. 7 inches. Well, yeah, there was a phone that had a 7-inch display that I saw it on YouTube. I'll try to find the link and I'll link it, in the comments later if I find it. It was kind of crazy. I think the S4 for boost. Yeah, my Z Max Pro is huge. Yeah. I have the ZT Warp Elite and I'm satisfied. Wouldn't want anything bigger. Yeah. Well, like I said earlier, the only real differences that's between the Warp Elite and the Warp 7 now is the OS version, which is updated on the Warp 7, the removable battery, and the Warp 7 is a global device. So, meaning that if you're traveling out of the country for any reason, you can get Boost to unlock it. Now they won't unlock the phone to go on a domestic carrier, but they can still unlock it to go on an international carrier. And you just go where you're going and buy a SIM card from the network in that country and slide it in your phone, and you'll have voice and data and whatnot. But yeah, 6 inches is like really pushing it. It's that right there is like the mark. You got a 6-inch device and that's it. Anything bigger. So I think on Metro PCS the Galaxy Mega was like 6.3 inches, and that was a beast of a phone. That didn't even look like a phone. Like when I saw it for the very first time walking in the Metro PCS store, I thought that was a Galaxy Tab. And the guy was like, "No, that's a phone. That's the Galaxy Mega." I was like, "What?" I looked at it. I was reading all the specs, and I know I think it was like 6.3-inch display. I was like, "Wow, that is huge." And for a phone like that to fool me into thinking it was a Galaxy Tab and not an actual phone, I was like, because at that time, everyone's perception of on Samsung, which was that their biggest device was the Galaxy Note. So. Yeah, I was like, wow, there's something bigger than the Note. And it's called a Mega, and it looks like it's just a Galaxy Tab you can hold to your ear and make phone calls and not have to use headphones. I was satisfied when I had the Galaxy S3 with Boost until I tried to root it and it soft bricked. Yeah, well, the S3 was like a very good phone. I mean, by today's standards, no. But that's how it goes. When you get something that's released now, 5 years from now, it's going to be considered obsolete. But the S3 was very popular. It was a very, very great phone. I think the only issue that people had that pretty much forced them to kind of upgrade to a different phone was that over time the battery just couldn't cut it anymore. That was a lot of people's complaints about the S3. Was like, it's a great phone. It should still be used nowadays. A lot of people still prefer to want to use theirs. They just buy one of those big 011 batteries and just connect it to their S3 and just walk around with a big brick. But yeah, I think the most I would do is 6. I wish they make the stylo 6 inches. They possibly could in the future. I mean, right now the stylo is has gained popularity that I can kind of see LG really running with this for at least another couple of years. Especially, where like the CDMA side of it got the Stylo 2, and then when Metro and T-Mobile got the Stylo 2 Plus, it was just like everyone just went bananas over it. So yeah, awesome video, Tito. Isaac, thanks for coming in and checking it out, bro. Appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, it's like just yeah, it was the stylo. I don't see it like dying down anytime soon. I honestly think that on the same time next year, there should be something better, definitely. And hopefully next year, when it comes to mid-range and budget devices, the standards will be a little bit better. We'll probably see, because right now everything's coming out with 16 gigs of onboard storage and 2 gigabytes of RAM, which I estimated that around this time it would, because now people want more. People are looking more towards 32 gigs and up. And so, for budget devices, they always basically try to give you the scrap amount that you can get. So like way back then, when 32 was considered the highest option you can get, we were all getting 8 gigabytes, which basically half of that is usable for apps and pictures. Now the normalcy is 16, and that's just because we're having devices coming out with 32 and with 64 gigs. I still love my Stylo 2, great phone. Yeah, it is. And the Stylo 2 Plus, I mean, there's not really much of a difference between the two, other than the fact that the Stylo 2 Plus has got, the biometric reader in the back, and I think it has a few other things that the Stylo 2 doesn't have. I'm not mistaken. I've forgotten the specs of the Stylo 2 Plus, but some people, they do enjoy that. They're having that security of the fingerprint reader and whatnot, and I think that's something that you're going to find a lot more on budget devices. Mostly mid-rangers and maybe a few budget phones will have a biometric reader on them, and then we're heading into that 2017 biometric reader. That's the year of that. Love my Stylo 2. Awesome. I'm glad you guys enjoy it. The Stylo 2 is a pretty awesome phone. I'm actually rocking my original G Stylo. And I know a lot of people hate this phone because it only has 8 gigs of internal storage. It only got 1 gigabyte of RAM. But I don't know, I like using it, and I have no problems using it as far as storage-wise, just because I did the whole adoptable storage thing on it. So I actually don't just have 8 gigs of internal storage. My SD card's formatted as part of the internal storage as well. So, and I think someone asked me about that today. So yeah, I'll show you guys what's used on it. So it says like 8 right there, and then it says out of 22, was it? Yeah. Total use of 22.5 gigabytes. Yeah, so adoptable storage. So some people always ask, like, what's the whole point of it? And really, when you format your SD card to be part of your internal storage, some of the data moves over to it, which then releases up some of the internal storage, as well as your ability to move the entire app over to the SD card. Helps out. And you'll notice this because, like, those people that know how to do that, because it's a very simple method. You'll find it on XDA. Really, it's just using ADB and just basically unlocking the adoptable storage option. But you'll notice a difference between the two, because if you just move apps to your SD card and like have your SD card as an external storage, then only certain apps you'll notice can go over. Like Snapchat can go over, but Twitter won't. Twitter will remain on your internal storage. But when you do the adoptable storage, you go back in there and you go through your app list, you'll be able to move Twitter to your SD card. That's because it's formatted to be part of the internal storage, so it's like it's not even leaving the internal storage. That's why I like using my G Stylo, because it's formatted that way, and it's not rooted. I didn't root it. There's no root for 6.0 on the G Stylo, and anyone that tries it might wind up breaking their device. But I like using my G Stylo from time to time, so I always go back to it. G Stylo is boss. Still got mine. The Warp Elite is junk. I cannot wait to sell it. Well, there's a Warp 7 that just came out. I don't know if you're interested in that one. If you heard about that one, the original Stylo, I loved it until I bricked it. We should have each other on live streams. That's the whole point of We Are Techies, man. Want to see Boost get their 6-inch ZTE phone, if they ever do. I mean, the only one I can think of that would actually be a 6-inch device, that's probably one of the biggest that they ever had, would be if they actually got like another Boost Max, but like a different version, like a Boost Max Pro. Like say that one, because they had the Boost Max, which was like the silver with the gray, and then they had the Boost Max Plus, which gave double the internal storage and double the RAM. So why not bring a Boost Max Pro? What was the best phone you had? Mine is a Warp Elite. Honestly, right now I gotta say the Warp Elite also. And that even though I have the J7, the J7 is a great phone. But when I compare a device, the J7 to me I consider to be just a smidge powerful than mid-range devices on what it can do. And the Warp Elite to me is a mid-range phone. And if the Warp Elite can hang with the J7 as far as performance, then yeah, it's pretty good. The Individual. Yo, what's up, The Individual? You should make a burner Google number and have people call in. It was fun today, phone ringing off the hook. We probably do that because the We Are Techies has its own Gmail. It's not linked to my Gmail at all in any way. So maybe I'll do that tonight. Maybe I'll make like a Google Voice number for it and tag it to one of my phones over there that's not activated right now, and just have it on Wi-Fi. And yeah, people can probably call in. I would actually think it's cool if people wanted to come in on the live broadcast, and I'll just add them in on Hangouts. I think you could have like 10 people at a time, so kind of limit the time for people that are that are guests joining in. Just give them like some time, and then have them leave and bring someone else in. I don't know. I'll figure all this stuff out. But yeah, that's probably a good idea. Unless you want to do that, you want to handle that, have people call you on Skype. That'd be cool. I have no problems with it. Like I said, it's not a whole structured thing with the collab channel. It's just like basically just hang it out. Really, it's all it is. Why does Blues always seem to create good deals for new customers, but they don't do much for all the current? Well, the reason for that is because Sprint, since they lost their positioning as the number 3 carrier in the country down to the number 4 because T-Mobile passed them, they're only focused now. Well, it's not just their only focus, but their parent company SoftBank, their only focus for Sprint is for Sprint to grab new customers, bring them back, like those that left, bring them back. And they're kind of like making all the ones that stayed feel like the redheaded stepchild. That would be cool. Yeah, I'll have all the details worked out later on. And like I said, in the description of this live broadcast, the replay, there'll be the link to We Are Techies YouTube channel. You guys go over there and subscribe, and also hit that bell button, as John says. Hit the bell button so you guys will know when we're going live. You'll get notifications. Activation is key. It's more money per month, the bottom line. John said it. There you go. But it's also trying to get customers back. Those that left, anyhow. Believe it or not, and I've gotten, some people that have those little community of people with Sprint. I've gotten flamed by a bunch of people in there just because, I admit it. I mean, you can't try to lie about it. The reason that Sprint fell to 4th place and why people churned from the company, they went over to T-Mobile. They did. I mean, T-Mobile was offering something better. So a lot of customers that were fed up with Sprint and their double, triple billing, which was like one of their biggest things. Hi. Because to me, that's what I feel like Sprint really shat the bed on, was like they would bill people like double or triple the amount that their bill should have been. And people don't like having to call in every month to get their bill adjusted so they know exactly what they owe. Much less, they don't like dealing with their phone getting cut off, because I think like at that time Sprint had it it was such the worst way to have mobile service with Sprint. It was like your bill was gonna be like say like 112 a month, and you had like a monthly cap of 150 bucks. So it was like it made people think like, oh, okay, 112. I could probably go, like missing 1 month's bill and paying that one late, so I have my phone on. But then like all the taxes and other stuff they would add in would surpass that 150, and then boom, they were shut off, and they didn't know why, and it was like all kinds of other stuff. It was just weird. Mark your calendars. Ninth equals mind blown. Hashtag Aloha Android Nation. Hashtag Magic Tech Nation. That was pretty cool, Ross. Mind blown. Yeah, I figured you meant that. Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's crazy insane. But yeah, I got flamed pretty bad from the loyal Sprint fans because I was able to admit, I mean, like you can't hide stuff like that. You can't lie about it, People come on here and they're like, Metro PCS is better. Well, it's better for them. They get the best service with Metro PCS, so they're not wrong for saying it on the comment section of my videos, but they're not ever going to, like get me into that mind frame of I gotta have what everyone else has. Tomorrow, Tito, I will be there with you guys. All right, cool. Paul, what's up, man? Paul Techie, he didn't leave us. Isn't that the best right there? I'm happy that you didn't quit doing YouTube, bro. So it'll be cool to have you tomorrow. All right, cool. Magic Tech, I have your notifications turned on. Also, love your reviews. Only thing I hate about Cricket is branding on the phones. FigureWise is dropping sales on the 9th. I can't talk about them yet, though. I understand, dude. Can't talk about it until they okay that their promos and stuff can be released. I know all about that stuff. Everyone's got to be tight-lipped. You lose your job just for going out and saying anything about a promotion they're about to do, and that's just because they don't want their competition to catch wind of it. They want to have that that lead. Because nowadays, like every carrier is doing the same thing, just about. Everyone's trying to bite each other when it comes to promos and things like that. So I totally get it. By the way, John, are you gonna be on with us tomorrow live? I already got Paul basically said he's gonna be on there. TechRight said he's gonna be on there. CV Tech hit me up on Hangouts, said that he'll let me know if anything changes, but at this point it's a yes. He'll be on live with us. And Mike from Budget Tech Reviews also hit me up with the same message on Hangouts saying that if anything comes up, he'll let me know. But at this point, it's a yes for him on there. And I invited Mr. Max Irock or Maxi Rock. Sorry if I'm murdering your name, man. I'm so sorry. I messaged you on Google Plus and asked you if you want to join in. So I just need to know at least by tomorrow morning so I can get everything set up to do it. And I'll start adding everyone in on Hangouts about 15 minutes before the time to broadcast, and then that way we can all get prepped and ready to go. $600 and I'll drop the bombshells. That's cool. There you go, man. Ross could be your leaked guy. I don't know. I mean, we're already shifting over to to fall. So what we got to look forward to, Black Friday coming up at the end of this year. Also, holiday sales for the holidays. People wanting their Christmas gifts, especially whatever the new version of the iPhone that's coming out, the iPhone 7. When that comes out, kids are gonna want it. People that love the iPhone are gonna want it. So. Try to hit 5K, and of course I will be. I'm 16 away. That's good, man. 16 away. Shouldn't be that long. I'd say before midnight tonight, you should hit 5K. I can't do it, man. I'm going to be busy tomorrow. No problem, dude. Anytime that, that we're going to go live, I'll probably, always announce it a week ahead. And if you ever want to join in, man, just let me know. Just, hit me up on Google Plus or something. And yeah, definitely. with you on there. But and that goes with anyone else that that watches us. Like if you guys ever want to be like on the live broadcast with us on We Are Techies, just tell me, and I'll add you in on the Hangouts broadcast, and you can chill with us and talk tech and anything, whatever, games, phones, don't matter, just whatever it is, just friends hanging out and just having fun. That's it. But okay, anyways, I'm pushing to my limit right now. I gotta get ready to go. I appreciate everyone for coming in and checking out the live broadcast. You guys are clutch. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys' support. The wonderful kind comments I got. That makes my day. That makes me happy to know that my videos help people out. That's what it's all about. So yeah. Also head over to We Are Techies, subscribe, hit that bell so you guys get notified when we go live. You guys can join us. Have conversations like this, but instead of just seeing me, you'll see everyone that's on the panel. So they're like a targeted point to talk to all of us at once. But you guys have a blessed day, or the rest of your day and evening, wherever you're at in the country. And yeah, alohas. Have a great day. Bye, guys.